Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Rev, and this is Space Pirates and Zombies 2, Spaz 2, yes. And we're going to do a full playthrough. I'm going to take you guys from the very beginning all the way up to beating the main bad guy. What you see right now is the ship that I used to take out the final confrontation. Give you an idea, eventually you can get up to 132 was my threat. Shield 718. Anyways, this is the ultimate goal, and what you're going to see in the next 9 videos is us building this and having a blast. So hold on and let us start from the beginning. And this is going to be the guided playthrough that we're going to be doing. So, and it's not real difficult, but so far all we did is we played around and we did a little bit of shooting. So we're gonna now I'm going to show you guys how to take ships apart and do all that. Tractor core, left control. Now if you want to do this, now the other good thing, so we'll get right to it, this is our ship, of course, to keep in mind is that if you go over it with the left control, you can look up to the right, you can see it is a microblaster, 0.3 dBs, yada yada yada. And you take your little cursor and you can do it that way. That's one way. Oh, well, let me do it yet. Okay, so then we bring this part over and we slap her on there. There we go. So they're making us do this the hard way to begin with. That's okay. Considering we're not gonna, we're gonna get rid of this crap as quick as we can. Alright, is it done telling me what to do? Yeah. We can change it. Use the C key. You can change your camera mode. And now it tells you your cone of fire, missile lock. If you use missiles, I don't tend to use missiles. I found the lasers and the projectile weapons more than adequate or not. Things happen so fast that it's, they're quicker weapons. The missiles are kind of hit and miss. So, and of course, reload, and that's a timing thing. It's where you'd want to. Oh, it's already pushed out and gone. Alright, now we're good. Okay, so we'll hit C, change things now. You can use the control and grab these like other parts and slam them into your shields to get them to break open, or you can do this instead. Very easy. Alright, shields up, and then he hits his thing and helps boost. That's for incoming missiles and other stuff. I didn't really worry about it as I played through, meh. You can or you can't do it. It's all up to you. A lot of what I do is going to be a little different than that. This is kind of, how to get you to the end game, so. Now, of course, this we will be using a lot, which is, of course, your left shift key. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's see if it lets me do what I want to do. So all we're going to do real easy here is hold down the key, separate the part, and oh, it's not letting me do it yet. Okay. So we'll hit the tab key with and go back to the star map. Okay. Time only moves when we do. Plan your actions, explore new territory. Here's the important one. Push the right mouse button to set a destination on the map.
Game saved.
Now the cool thing about the game is that if you do not do these missions right here, right, it's saying to explore. So if we go the opposite direction, Or we could go, let's say we're going to go pick up some slaves real quick.
Resource acquired.
And this is what I would suggest you do. Don't leave the first area you spawn in, because there's a bunch of good stuff. We're going to get all of these wrecks. Yeah. And one thing you do want to keep in mind, if you are in someone else's territory and you do what I'm doing here, take any kind of resource, it does affect your ability to be allies with them. It'll go down. So you do want to keep that in mind.
Pillaging successful.
And as you get further and further in game, normally these little star explosions are blown up ships. Let's see, let's get this. Because we do want all of the Raz that we can get our hands on.
Area exhausted.
We'll go down here. And what does this say? Read this. Run away. Yeah. Yeah, ship functions. Yeah, gonna go over that too. Here in a second. Let's get our scavenging done.
Cargo acquired.
Okay, so we'll get a little bit more stuff here. Hitting this key here will take you back to that screen, and we will be using it as we go and we
Added to cargo.
add things and build our ship. This is just your inventory, and this is something you do not want, for the simple fact that if you do, it burns more of your res, and you want to sell your res, you don't want to burn it running around. This, of course, is repair your ship. This is how fast you move. Personally, you know, it depends on your level of patience. I like hauling ass. Strike craft. This is this little spacecraft, and you get to choose what you want, and you can get up to a certain amount of waves coming in and helping you as you get further along. The amount of ships you get with you at once goes higher, so you can keep building them up. But at the same time, the bigger your strike craft holdings are, the more it slows you down, because it is weight. So something you want to keep in mind. And then, of course, faction info, captain info, parts catalog. We'll be using this once we get a little bit deeper, so we can find and get all of the best weapons to get ours when we first get ourselves set up real well. Lore, and it tells you the story, and as we go I'll point out the things. I'm not really into all that. Tutorials, so you can go over your tutorials again, and then reset camera. So reset camera is really easy. And seeing it'll show you where you are, so you can go right back. Alright, so boy, the rest is already it's rocking here. So whenever you're in these
Extracted.
unincorporated areas, in other words, it doesn't have one of the factions in it yet, it doesn't affect anybody else, so just go over it and make as much money as you want. Yeah. So, because by the time we hit hopefully our first faction, we'll be able to make a good chunk of change, because we're going to need to start working on our allies ASAP. Now,
Added to cargo.
this is the mining op, and you can either do it now or you can wait. I like to wait just a little bit so I can get more currency, so I can get some strike craft, because then you can use them to blow up stuff. So if I was you guys, I'd hold off. If not, it's all good. Totally understand.
Map updated.
And each map is randomly generated, so if you get to the point where you open the whole map up,
Resource acquired.
which is basically what we're going to be shooting for. Okay, yeah, pressing needs, whatever. Yeah, basic sources, yeah, whatever. Okay, so we go to right here. This is our first station. And I'll put this up. And of course, if you guys are playing along at home, you'll have all this to read. But there we go. So, fund expansion. This is how we're going to be able to begin to get these guys on, certain guys on our sides. There's going to be 6 factions total, 5 to start with, and the zombies are the 6th. And we'll start with trading. So, everything just started, so they don't have anything yet, which is fine, because we're going to take and use and basically just try and sell off as much as we can, get as much money as we can, as quickly as possible. So when you're doing your slaves, or goons, when it's red, that means you can, but you shouldn't sell them, because you need them to, they're kind of like cannon fodder to run your ship. So, keep it in the yellow. And as you get further and further in the game, and you start fighting zombies, you actually have to keep extra on hand, because that's the mechanic that they use to fix your ship, because it gets infected. So we'll drop. I always like to make sure I've got at least 100 res for, you know, driving around currency. Alright, so we're done with that. So we'll just keep going.
Awareness expanded.
And oh, enough with that crap. Alright, we don't need the speed one either. Find goons. Yes, I know, find goons. I was just talking about finding goons. Oh, I'd rather go to the one that's got more in it. But again, as we're doing the quests, it's moving things along, and now it says find res. Yeah, don't need help with that. So basically, just look around, decide again what you, who you're going to want to be on, and the best way to do that is just basically open up the whole map.
Signal detected. Extracted.
Now, this is what I was talking about, lore. You click on that, and it'll give you a little story, little backstory. And this is what the size of our map is going to look like. Holy crap. Well, this is one of the maps. I already have some stuff set up in stages that I'm going to move on to, but I wanted to make sure that we went over a bunch of things first. I want to at least go to the first. As you can see, every time we go into a new area, we get experience. Ooh, that's totally full of goons.
Game saved.
And it automatically saves. You can also save game, quick save. So if you want to save game, you can put in different file names for it. Because right now this one is actually a different place. So you can go here, here, and you can write at any time. There's 3 autosaves that constantly repeat, so it doesn't eat up your whole drive. So we got a whole bunch there. How are we doing? We got, so anytime also up here you see your goons go yellow on you, it is means you want to sell them because it's getting too heavy and you're burning too much res. All right, so let's see. There we go. Get rid of that, and we've got a couple of strike craft. Now, as soon as you buy your first 2 strike craft, it's going to move the story on, or real damn close. So we just have to find res. Go. Oh, yes, we understand all of that. Goodness gracious. Now what are you going to have me do? I guess we're just going to keep moving until... Oh, here we go. Keep a supply of strike craft to assist your mothership in combat. Can be purchased at starbases or found as loot from combat wrecks. Yep. Boom, and now we get to fight something. What are we doing? Okay, what do we... Oh, that's right. He just pulls us out because he wants us to do some testing. So hitting your F key bounces you around to the different ones, but I never found a use for that. They're not potent enough. I like staying with my ship. So, okay, now you've got our basic commands here. So,
Disengaging. Engaging.
you can put attack, and that can be ships, asteroids, whatever you want to defend. If you want to have them defend your backup man, because you will get a wingman here as we go along, you can do that in combat, which tends to happen. Your backup, if you have to actually make a character build with them too. So if you build yours and their ship correctly.
Relay point designated.
There we go. That'll be a relay point, so you can send everybody to one spot. And again, it's just your E key. Now, let's see. Oh, target an asteroid. I can do that. I'm going to go back to my
Obliterating.
big boy ship. There we go. Just had to find the right little thing here. There we go. Okay, level up. Good, there we go. Select a perk every time you level up. Yeah, and I have... Okay, so you can connect quality parts to your mothership. No need to use any more junk parts. So we got increased weapon and shield boost power, scavenging, and trading. What I find most critical in combat is how long you can fire and how long it takes you to reload. So, capacitors. Almost every time, my friends. Alrighty. Okay, so now, when it says find a raid, don't find a raid. Instead, clear your whole map. Alrighty, guys, so you have cleared your whole map. Hopefully you've been getting res and scrap the whole time, and your goons as well, as you're hitting all the white spots. Now, all you have to do is decide what faction that you want to do. And here's a hint. When you choose where you want your first star base to be, they will send us off to go do something, and that first base we make, wham, that's where the spawn starts. So keep that in mind how you pick your allies, because you can then use it to pin it in certain spots, because all of these will not be filled in by the time we get to the zombie outbreak. So we'll still be able to get a few things. So I'm going with armor, shields, and power. So you got two options at this point. I would not do a raid yet. Stay away from the raids, because now's a great time to make a bunch of res and get our ship upgraded. So as always, I'd like to thank you for watching today. I'm the Rev. Get your farming done and keep your heads down and your... Oh, darn it, I can't do my guns. Your guns up. And I'll see you again real damn soon.